So I'm just gonna ask you like a few questions, just like wait. I think
Great.
we. All right. So the first question is, what inspired you to choose this career?
Um, I would say mostly I was inspired by a book called The Diamond Age by Neil Stevenson. Ooh, and we lost the connection. Way to go, Skype. Okay.
I think I pressed the hang up button. I'm not sure.
All right.
All right. So,
So, did your camera turn off?
I think I accidentally pressed the hang up button. And it was just like I had my book on the hang up button.
But I can't see you any longer.
Okay.
Not that it's super important, but just makes this video a little more video-y. There we go.
Okay. You want me to repeat the question?
Yeah, no, so what inspired me to become a game designer? I kind of stumbled backwards into it because I wanted to make educational games or start to make some educational interactive software that would be like as effective as possible, and I learned a ton about um, games and game design that way. And I just decided that I needed to learn more, so I got a job in the industry, but not as a designer, as a programmer, and learned all I could there, and then to start to try and find work as a game designer, and there was an opening in the studio where I was working, so it was a pretty natural move. But yeah, I was inspired by this book, The Diamond Age by Neil Stevenson, which describes like a very ideal educational game. Although it also has a bunch of weird, messed up stuff in that book. So I don't necessarily recommend the book to you, but
It's fine. And is this what you wanted to do ever since you were young?
definitely not. I've had a ton of things I wanted to do. Um, the first thing that I told my parents I wanted to be was an architect. Uh, but then like a scientist, um, and then I I wanted to become a filmmaker and went to film school. And while I was there, learned about software engineering. So I was like a programmer for a while and loved that. And then game designer. So those are the stages of my career aspirations. So I barely wanted to become a game designer before I was one. Which is very lucky.
Um, so the next question is, what college did you attend to?
I went to NYU Film School, so Tisch School of the Arts. I have a bachelor in fine arts.
Um, I can't really read my handwriting, so it's like really slow. Um, so what is a yearly salary for fresh grads? So like people who I don't know, let's say barely got out of like a basic kind of college and kind of went to game designing. So like, what would be like the basic kind of salary for them?
Well, that varies very widely. I would say, well, the thing is, game development is so many things. Like if you are working, like it could be zero, right? If you're working for an indie company, or if you're working for yourself as an indie game developer, then you're not paying yourself anything as a salary, but what you do get is a large percentage of the revenue that gets made from the game. Whereas if you're working for a big company, you get a salary and no no percent of the revenue from the game. Um, so and if you're like, well, it's rare to find a job as a game designer right out of school unless you went to school specifically for game development and you have a bunch of projects that are very impressive. Um, so um, it's a hard question to answer.
It's fine. It's fine. So,
I
is there a
recommend going to
computer?
Glassdoor. That's probably like the traditional answer you want is if you search Glassdoor for the glassdoor.com for like game designer.
Um, so do you like your job?
Yeah, I love my job. Yeah. I have kind of my dream job right now.
Yeah,
Two
I
of
would like
them.
it. Um, so what kind of benefits are there for game designing? So
um
like,
are you talking about like what people usually talk about when they say benefits like health and dental and all that
yeah,
stuff?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Uh we have all that stuff. uh it's a bit rarer to find the retirement plans because, um, yeah, I guess it's people don't expect you to stay at the same level for long. Either you're going to move up or down or out or to the side or whatever. Like, uh, yeah, things move fast, so um, retirement plans are a little harder to find. But yeah, there are immeasurable creative benefits to being a game designer, which I'm sure you can imagine.
So how much is this job allowed to interact with other people? Like, how is it to interact with other people? Is it like easy or
Um, I mean, it's all interacting with other people. Uh, well, that's an overstatement. You have to do a lot of research, and there's some and implementation and sort of homework. But then once you that's for developing sort of a design. But that's like the easy part. The hard part is specifying it, specifying a design in enough detail that a somebody will want to make it or fund it or whatever. Um, B that they'll like have it go through some approval process, or C that like artists and programmers and um, technical artists and sound designers and all these people can sort of read or look at the documents you've produced and sort of understand what the game should be and what their part of it will entail. So all of that is communication, and then it's never detailed enough. Like no matter how detailed it is, people will still come to you and be like, "Well, do you think we should do X or Y?" Or you know, um, when you said you wanted the like sharp teeth to bite uh, the soldier. Did you want the teeth to actually sink in? Do we need to have them sink in, or is it okay if they just kind of glom onto the side or whatever? Like, there's a million questions that you get asked all the time, and yeah, part of what I do is just like be okay with getting interrupted all the time. Like, I'm working on my computer, but people are constantly coming to me and saying like, "Hey, should we do this?" or you know,
yeah?
yeah.
All right, all right. And
So it's very like it hurts if you need a long period of concentration. It's hard to come by. You have to like come to work early or stay very late or something.
so do your skills transferred over to like another position, or does it require more years of college?
Um, Yeah, I mean, it depends on how well rounded you are as a game designer, I would say, because um, like design as a field is very broad. So if you um, if you get good at elements of game design that are applicable outside of it, then it can be super useful. So like if you wanted to go into like architectural visualization, but for example, that's something that like, it's basically like decorating and photographing uh, virtual spaces. Or if you wanted to do user interface design, which is used for all kinds of things, apps, the web, cars, anything that has a user interface, which is like every kind of man-made thing almost. Um, that can be something that comes out of a game design expertise. Yeah, there's just a ton of. I mean, games have like every other art form kind of crammed into them. So, yeah, there's a lot that's applicable outside of games. Plus, there are things that are sort of game like, but not technically games, that use all the same sort of apparatus, like just like interactive experiences and digital toys and things. So, yeah, if you don't count those, then yeah, that's a very easy move to make.
All right. So I know this interview was kind of short, but I'm already on the last question. So,
Okay. No, that's great.
all right. So the last question is, what's the hardest part of your job?
The hardest part of my job, I would say, I mean, just there's a lot of hard parts. That's why I'm not at a loss because I can't think of something. It's because I'm thinking of too many things. Um, I would say the hardest part is taking and incorporating criticism. Um, because you like put so much of your creative energy into something, and then uh, and you sort of tie up your ego into it, and it's, if you care, if you're passionate, which is like what's important for making good stuff, like you need to be passionate, but at the same time that passion works against you um, when people come with criticism, which you need those criticisms to make it even better, but it's hard to take sometimes because you're emotionally involved. And then once they've given you those, and if you manage to listen properly, um, and don't just like dismiss their concerns or whatever, then taking that and incorporating it into your work can be difficult. Like if it's at an early stage, it might be easy, but at a like as the game develops, you're still designing it, but the game itself becomes sort of more and more brittle, and the less you can change without breaking it. So as the game starts to ossify, um, taking that criticism and figuring out how to incorporate it without breaking the overall design or the overall experience becomes harder and harder, and it's an interesting challenge, but it's like, ugh.
Yeah. So I just like one little more question.
Okay,
Kind of.
yeah, shoot.
Do you get stressed out about it? Like the difficulties about the job?
Oh, of course, yeah, yeah. It's not for me. It's not something that I just clock out of and stop thinking about. Um, yeah. Sometimes I
All right.
wish it was.
All right. So yeah, thank you for having your time, patience to interview.
My pleasure. And you were on Twitch this whole time.
Really?
Yes. Is it okay if I post this on my YouTube channel?
Sure, it's okay.
Thank you.
And so can I just like have a quick photo so that I can like prove to my school
Yeah,
for
sure.
the plaque?
Yeah, take a screenshot or whatever you need.
I really don't know how to screenshot on the computer.
Okay, well you can give them this YouTube video as
Okay.
proof.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, I'm taking
Alright,
I'm taking a screenshot also. Oh, there's command 4. Is that it? Yeah, escape. Command 5.
is it fine
There it
if,
is.
yeah, is it fine if you put your YouTube and like the Skype conversation, your link?
Sure. Yeah, happily.
Alright. So thank you
Thank you.
for having this interview. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Great. Good luck on your future everything.
Yeah. Alright.
Bye-bye.